Hello guys, how are you? Since day one, Lainey Wilson has always been true to her roots. After nearly 14 years in the entertainment industry, the country music star has noticed that people are now craving authenticity when it comes to cowboy culture, and she's here for it. In a new interview, the 32-year-old singer-songwriter opened up about fully embracing this new wave of country music, explained how she's been able to stay true to herself amid rising stardom, and shared how her role on the Western TV hit show, Yellowstone, has changed her life and her career. It's crazy to see how the Taylor Sheridan, Yellowstone, creator world has really contributed to everything happening, she told Variety. It really did something for country music, and it did something for the Western culture in general. Growing up that way, and even putting my cowboy hat on now and putting my jeans on and being around horses or rodeo or whatever it is, I feel at home. People are so sick of things that make them feel anything other than at home, she added. People are craving that authenticity. I think they're just over the bulls. Wilson, who made her acting debut portraying Abby, a country singer, in season 5 of Yellowstone, said she's come a long way since first appearing on the Kevin Costner-led Western. I just didn't even realize how important it really was or how beneficial it was until a couple of my songs ended up on the show, she noted. Then people would come to shows, even if it was a handful of them. They'd be like, I found you through Yellowstone. And I'm like, okay, these placements are doing something. On landing her role, Wilson said she and Sheridan bonded over a common interest and that eventually sparked a friendship. Long story short, Taylor Sheridan and I just became friends, she said. We met at a horse reining competition that he does out in Vegas, and we really bonded over horses. I grew up on the back of a horse, and we had a lot in common, and I think it was just kind of a mutual respect for each other. Two completely different worlds, but we were like, hey, I see you. Like what you're reading? Click here for more entertainment news. He called me a couple years later and was like, hey, I've got this idea. I want to create a character specifically for you. We're going to name her Abby. And you're going to pretty much just kind of be yourself. Maybe you'll say and do some things that you wouldn't normally do, but you're going to be able to dress how you dress and sing your songs. It was such a blessing because it really put a face to a name. Especially during a time when people might have known the song on the radio, but they just didn't know who sang it or what they looked like. That's what Yellowstone did for me. Wilson, who introduced her signature look of bell-bottoms and big hats back in 2016, said she's always stayed true to herself, despite the ups and downs of societal and cultural standards. I didn't know what it was going to look like, but I truly do think that rejection and the time that it has taken me to get to this point, because, I mean, this year it'll be 13 years that I've been in Nashville doing it, Wilson told Fox News Digital. I think it's really just a part of my story. And I think the Lord kind of wanted me to live a little bit more life, so I could have more stories to tell, so I could relate to more people, she added. That's what it's about when you kind of zoom out, and you think about all of this. It's important to remember and realize, why are we doing this? And what are we doing this for? It's just because we all want to feel something. And, I think, because of that rejection, I think people can relate to some of my stories. Please subscribe.